I'm Tasha.
I'm Sophia.
And today we're making Rice Krispie treats, but special kinds. I'm gonna make it with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
And I'm doing Fruity Pebbles.
To make our Rice Krispie treats, we will need 6 tablespoons of butter, about 8 ounces of marshmallows, and vanilla. And then just for extra fun, if we want, we can add sprinkles. And we're gonna line our pans after we're done making the Rice Krispies with parchment paper so it doesn't stick.
So most sticks of butter have these little marks on them to show you how many tablespoons is in each stick. Each stick is 8 tablespoons, and as Tasha said, we only need 6. So we're gonna cut it right there and put this in the pot to melt.
To melt your butter and your marshmallows, you're gonna wanna put your stovetop onto a medium heat. Butter has melted completely, that's when you're going to start adding your marshmallows. You want about 8 ounces. So what you're going to do for a bag this size, which is 10 ounces, that will say that over here on the corner, you're going to add all of it until you've got maybe that much left. And just for ease, so I don't overdo it, I'm just still going to use a cup just to kind of control the flow. Let's see where we're at. Still need a little bit more. And I feel like that should be good. And now you're going to stir them in, and you're going to stir constantly because you don't want to burn your butter or your marshmallows. And you're going to stir them until they're a creamy sauce. So once it kind of looks like this, not even kind of, once it looks like this, you're going to take it off the heat, bring it back to the counter and put it on a heating pad so as to not burn your counter. And that is when you're going to add your cereal. You will add 6 cups of your cereal of choice. Like I said, I'm doing Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And when you see Sophia, she will be doing Fruity Pebbles. That is...
I'm using a half-cup measure, so I have to do 12 half cups. So this is 4 half cups.
Once you have all your cereal in, you really are just gonna mix it over and over again until all of it is covered in that gooey stuff. And then if you have marshmallows over, and this is something Sophia and I both really enjoy, you're gonna put in a couple more of those little tiny marshmallows. So as you eat your Rice Krispie treats, you get like whole bites of marshmallows, and it just adds to the texture and makes it so much more delicious and fun. And because I'm a little jealous of Sophia's Fruity Pebbles, because I love color and I want some added color, I'm gonna be adding some sprinkles. So it's a little bit more fun to look at while I eat it. I love it!
Oh, cute. I just mixed it all in until there's no more uneven chunks of that marshmallow butter mixture. And then I'm gonna add a few extra marshmallows for the chewy texture as well. Ah.
Now, after you have it all mixed up, you will put parchment paper in your pan that you're going to put it in to help it form. And since we forgot to do that, Bryan is our magical helper today. Okay. He's going to put it in for us. I'm going to add a few more marshmallows just like Sophia. Yes. And when you're ready and it's all mixed in, if you need to, ask for help, like Bryan's helping me out, so the paper doesn't move around. And you're really just gonna like clump this all in. So be very careful because the pot is still hot. So if you need to have someone hold that as well, if you have more people in your house. And I'll kind of just like pump it out like this.
That looks great, Tosh.
Thanks. I'm really excited to try this. I've never had this kind before. All right, once it's in there, you're not gonna push hard because you don't want it to get too stuck together because it'll be too hard to eat. But you are just gonna like gently move it around and just give it a little pat to help it have some form. There we go. And now Sophia will do it.
So since this pan is bigger, I can choose to spread them out further and make them a little bit thinner than Tasha's, or I could just like only use half the pan and still make them thick. But I think I'm gonna make them a little bit thinner because then they'll set up faster. So one way to get your Rice Krispies or whatever cereal treats you use to set up quicker is to put them in the fridge, because that way the temperature cools down and they get solid faster.
When it is set and ready to eat, you're just gonna kind of cut it like normal squares, however size you want.
So we have one of Tasha's right here. Tasha went with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch and the sprinkle. Incredible. Incredible. And we have one of Sophia's right here. Sophia chose the Fruity Pebbles. Normally not a fan of Fruity Pebbles, but that might turn me over there.